Welcome to my very first YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a Shop My Stash video. I really miss early 2010s YouTube videos. I'm either going to be using products that I don't remember if I like them or not, or just products I haven't used in a very, very long time. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is my foundation drawer. I think I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. And here I have primers, setting sprays, and concealers. Concealer, I think I'm going to be using... I'm going to be using this Fenty Beauty concealer. I haven't used this in a really long time, so definitely gonna use this one. As for setting spray, I have all setting sprays that I love except for this one. I actually really don't like this one, but I'm saving it for a video. So I think I'm just going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray. I think for primer, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Skin Enhancer. This is all of my powder blushes, and I think I'm actually going to go in with the One Size blush. It has a powder, cream, and highlighter. This is what it looks like. But I'm only going to use it for the cream or highlighter. I do have the Anastasia. They launched it for Lunar New Year. It's like a dragon. I might use this one. This is my base palette drawer. I think I'm going to use this palette for my highlighter. Okay, here I have all of my like cream and powder bronzers in like a normal pan. But then I have like liquid or like tubed cream bronzers kind of scattered out in this drawer. I do want to use a cream today. I think I'm actually going to use my Rare Beauty cream bronzer. I haven't used this in so long, so I think it makes sense for me to use that one. Okay, this is my powder drawer. I'm really debating if I should use my Hourglass or my Lunar Beauty one, because these two powders I have not used in a super long time. I think I'm gonna use the Lunar Beauty one. I have 4 drawers of eyeshadow, so I can't show you every one. I think I'm using one of my Pat McGrath palettes. I have 2 Pat McGrath palettes. This is what they look like. I literally have used these one time since I got them because they're so expensive. I'm like scared to use them, but you should be using your makeup because you spent so much. I should be using it. So I think I'm gonna be using this one. This is my lip liner drawer. I'm gonna be using the Juvia's Place lip liner in Love Me. Okay, these are all of my lipsticks. I literally just keep them on a tower. I think I'm gonna be using the Rem Beauty one in the shade Bubbly. I have all of my makeup, so let's go use them. Okay, I'm very excited to see how this makeup is gonna turn out. First thing I have to do is prep my skin. I'm gonna use the Facial Radiance Pad from First Aid Beauty. I'm really sorry for this video. I don't have my ring light. I'm gonna have to go get one. I have a tripod. I didn't realize you have to take off the ring light to put the camera on the tripod. I can only use a phone with the ring light if I'm making any sense. So I will be picking one up today. So just for this very first video, it's gonna be kind of dark. I literally just wipe these like all across my face. I feel like it just helps exfoliate my skin. It doesn't burn. I want my skin to look the best when I'm doing makeup. I feel like my chin is very pore pimple zone and I hate that. Now I'm going to be using a moisturizer. Right now I have the Hero Clear Collective Moisturizer. I am actually running low on this. Gosh, I am struggling to get anything even out. Here we go. I think this is like empty, but I'm gonna try and squeeze some more out next time I use this. I always moisturize under my eyes as well. I feel like that is a very important area. I do have dry skin. And then I'm going to be taking some sunscreen and putting that on top of my moisturizer. And this is the last step for my skin prep. I use about this much. I always hear people saying you should use 3 fingers worth, so I just kind of do this. And I just pretty much rub it in like it's a moisturizer, and then I bring it down my neck. Okay, it is all blended in, so now I just let this sit on my face for like 2 to 3 minutes so everything kind of sinks in my skin. I don't want like wet skincare. I like to have it be a little dried. Okay, now that my skincare has definitely dried on my face, I'm just gonna be tapping it in. Now the first step is to go in with the primer. This might be a hot take, but I personally don't think you need a primer. If you have really good skincare, like what I just did, I exfoliated, moisturized, and put sunscreen on, I don't think you need primer unless you're targeting a specific skincare need, like pores, or if you have oily skin, something to like mattify the oiliness. But if you just have like normal dry skin like me, I don't really think it is a necessity. However, I will be using it for this video. This is a very weird texture. This kind of feels like that like pore primer from Benefit. Oh, that feels really weird. I don't know. Okay, I think the first little bit that came out my cheek was like the dried up product, because this feels a lot better. My most problematic area on my face is definitely my chin. This does feel very, very silicone-y, which doesn't bother me, but I know it does bother a lot of other people. I just feel like a lot of the times that type of formula tends to like pill on me when I'm doing makeup, so I really hope that this does not happen. Time to use the foundation. This is the Light Illusion Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel Foundation by Flower Beauty. I guess this does have SPF 18. I feel like 18 is such a weird number. I would still be putting sunscreen on. I would not supplement this for sunscreen even though it has SPF 18, because 18 is very low. I try to use SPF 50. That's just me. And the shade is, where is the shade on here? Okay, the shade is Shell L0, I think, or LO. I always shake my foundation before I use it. Should be good. This does look like it's gonna be a little warm tone for me, but that's okay. I do think this is gonna be a little dark. I think I'm gonna put a little more foundation on my face. There we go. I like using a brush and a sponge for foundation, just kind of whatever I'm feeling that day. I think today I'm going to be using a sponge. Have my sponge. It is a little dirty. Okay, leave me alone. Let's see what this is looking like. Oh, actually, once I blend it out, it's actually not that dark. It looked like it was going to be a little dark and orange. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I just realized I totally forgot to grab eyebrow and mascara stuff. I'll have to figure that out as well. I feel like my eyebrow mascara collection is like very, very little. I don't really have a whole lot of options, but I will find something that I haven't used in a bit. And then I always bring my foundation down past my neck, because I do not just want like a circle of foundation. I want it to be like blended in my skin, and that way you can't really tell where the foundation lines are. One thing that really bothers me. This foundation is looking really good. I'm actually really impressed with it. I did not know that I like this foundation this much. That's really good. I was supposed to do eyeshadow first. That's okay. Now moving on to the Fenty concealer. Mine is in the shade 125C. I'm definitely gonna have to shake this because it like broke apart. I know this isn't that old because I did get this when it launched, I think in like 2024, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember me liking this. That is probably a good amount. And then I'm just gonna take that same sponge. Don't hate me, okay? Like, I remember me personally liking this concealer, but I feel like so many people talked about how they hated the concealer, so I don't know, maybe I'm just different. Definitely drop some comments down below of videos that you want to see in the future. I already have some ideas. I want to hear the types of videos that you guys want to see and want to watch. Here's the concealer. Again, I think this looks really good so far. Let's hope it stays that way. I am going to move on to the Rare Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Happy Soul. Literally haven't used this in such a long time. I do know that I like it. I just haven't used it in such a long time that I kind of miss it. I just take a brush and kind of wipe it across the brush. Oop, I might have used a little too much. Sorry, I have a mirror here. I cannot just blend makeup with the little viewfinder that I'm using for my camera. I need like an actual mirror. I also do have a TikTok account. It is jessica.nielsen. Please go follow it. I have been doing TikTok for about 2 years now, and I decided why not do a YouTube channel as well. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's just gonna be a fun makeup video. Let me know if you guys want to see like challenges or tutorials or just anything like that. I already know what I'm gonna be doing for my next 2 videos, and I'm so excited. I will be getting a ring light though, so this lighting will look a lot better. I just cannot wait to film my first YouTube video. Lastly, the forehead. Yes, this is a really good bronzer. I like it. I do love like a pigmented blush and like a pigmented highlighter, but the one thing I don't like is a pigmented bronzer. I am very, very, very pale, as you can tell, and having like a very pigmented bronzer is just my worst fear, my worst enemy. It will make me look either way too tan or I will look just like dirt, like I rubbed dirt on my face. Okay, I might have overdone it on the bronzer just a little bit, so I'm just gonna put some underneath. This is a beautiful bronzer, such a beautiful bronzer. I feel like I look crazy because I don't really have like a bright light, but it does look really good. Now moving on to my favorite part, the blush. I'm gonna use the cream side first, and then once I powder my face, I'll go in back with the powder side. Oh, is that mold? Is that mold? What is that? There is like, I don't know how to position this, but there is like white bubbles. Do you guys see that? Is that mold? There's literally like white dots in my blush. Can you guys see that? Like, well, I'm actually not going to be using this blush. That really grosses me out. Yeah, we're going to just pick a different blush. I am debating between the Fenty cream blushes or the Rose Ink blushes. So I have 2 of the Fenty Beauty cream blushes, or I have my Rose Ink blush. I think I'm using the Rose Ink blush. This is what it looks like. I was very sad that they took Rose Ink out of Sephora. I actually really, really like their blushes. I haven't used this one in a very long time though. This is in the shade, I think, Anemone. That was very disappointing. I did love the One Size blush because it has like the cream and the powder and it all like correlates with each other. It's all the same shade. And that's why I love the Patrick Ta blushes so much. But I can't use the Patrick Ta blushes because I already use them a lot. So that would not be a Shop My Stash video if I were to use them. I did feel like I put a little too much bronzer on, but that's okay. I overdid it. Just a little bit. So now we're just gonna overdo it on the blush too, no biggie. I hate baby hairs so much. Always getting in my face, in my way. It really bothers me that my username is jessica.nielsen. I really wanted it just to be Jessica Nielsen, but I guess that was already taken, so it's okay. Okay, I think that is enough blush, clearly. Put the blush brush down. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a powder blush that matches this as closest that I possibly can, or I might skip it depending on what my face looks like, because you know, after you powder your face, the blush does go away a little bit. So yeah, let's go in with the Lunar Beauty powder. I love this powder. I don't remember if I actually like the powder itself, but I love the idea of this powder because when you open it up, it comes with the puff and it just sits in the lid. Like, I think that is a genius idea, and I think every powder product should be doing this. Okay, Huda? No, I'm just kidding. I love Huda Beauty. That is just such a smart idea. Okay, and then I always blend out my under eyes before I set with my powder because I don't want to set the creases. I really want to try the One Size powder, but I have like dry under eyes and I just don't know, because I hear everyone talks about how it makes you look drier than it makes you look so dry, I guess. But I really want to use it because half of the people say, like, I've heard people say they have dry skin and love the powder, and then I've heard people say they have dry skin and absolutely hate the powder because it makes them look really dry. So I might test it out because I want to try that so bad. When I powder, I typically just put powder on my under eyes, my chin, and then like my T-zone of my forehead. Just pretty much spots where I don't want it to be glowy. My mouth area as well. Do not want a glowy mouth. I just like my cheeks to be glowy. Okay, and now I'm gonna wipe it off with the brush. Wow, my makeup is looking so good. But is it the makeup or is it my skin slash my skincare? I'm very disappointed in this One Size blush. I don't know if that's mold. Like, I truly don't know. I don't know if you can see in the video that well. I probably will put, like, insert a picture of what it looks like if you can't see it. But, like, what? I don't know. I don't think I've had it for that long. Or maybe I have. I don't know. Listen, I have no perception of time. Like, it goes by way too fast and I cannot keep up. Unfortunately. Okay, now let's move in with my setting powder. Or my setting powder. Let's move in with my setting spray. Have I used enough, do you think? I love setting powder. And actually what I do to dry my face is I take a fan and dry it. I highly recommend getting a fan and doing this. And it's dried, just like that. Moving on to highlighter, I'm going to be using that Sigma Glow Kissed palette. This is what she looks like. I think I'm going to go in with the shade. I'm debating between Flare or Aurora. It's kind of hard to actually tell what colors these are. I think I'm going to go in with Aurora because it looks like a little more pinky. Looks a little more pinky, so I think I'm going to go in with that shade right here. I don't know if you can still... Ooh, blinding. I don't know if you can still get these products. Why is my forehead still wet? I thought we were dried. I absolutely love this Morphe brush. So good. Ooh, she is stunning. We need to bring back 2016 highlighter. I love highlighter. That is like one of my favorite. Eyeshadow, blush, and highlighter are my favorite steps in makeup. And I know so many people are like, oh, I don't wear highlighter. I don't do highlighter. And I'm like, that's the best part. Why? Wouldn't you want to look like a glowy goddess? I don't know. Just me. Okay, I think I put enough of this on. This is such a good highlighter. And I love this brush too. This is the Morphe X Ariel brush in A14. Such a good brush for highlighter. This right here is all of my eyebrow stuff. Like I said, I have a decent amount, but I don't have like a crazy amount, at least to me. I think what I'm gonna do, so I have one eyebrow powder that looks like this. This is from Arches and Halos. I got this from Target a few years ago. Or I have a Anastasia pomade in Ebony, which is so like not my shade. As you can tell, I got a new one like a long time ago when I did run out of my old one and never used this. So I'm gonna think I'm gonna go with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade because I haven't used this in some time. Don't worry, I am not gonna give me 2016 block eyebrows. That's not what I'm going to do here. I don't really have a whole lot of eyebrows. I'm not really working with a whole lot. I really want to have like those thin eyebrows. Listen, I'm really contemplating getting thin eyebrows. I just think thin eyebrows look so good. Okay, let's see how this goes. I think this shade is like way too dark for me. Don't know why I would ever buy this shade. I feel like you'd buy this shade if you have like really dark brown hair. I have freaking blonde hair. Jessica, what are you doing? It's okay though. I feel like this eyebrow is so dark and I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, this is just way too dark of a shade for me. That is not the product's fault. That is entirely my fault. Why would I buy this and think it's my shade? I don't know. These eyebrows look so bad. This was a very bad choice. You know what? I'm just going to brush through these a lot. Help. This is bad. I think this is just the best that we're gonna get. Look, the eyebrows are bad. I'm sorry. They're bad. I don't know what to tell you. My desk is a disaster right now, so I'm so happy that you can't see that. Now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. Maybe the eyeshadow will just distract my terrible eyebrows. I'm gonna be using the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. I love this eye primer. I wonder if it'd be easier to like have some light in. Is this better? No, that was terrible. They did rebrand like their whole line. However, I heard that they just changed the packaging but the formula stayed the same. I'm not too sure if that's true because I have not tried it myself. But I always have to put a primer on when I do eyeshadow because my eyes will literally crease so bad. I don't know why, but I have some creasy eyelids. And I don't put that much on. I literally just a tiny bit, tiny amount. You don't need that much. Well, I don't need that much. And then I just blend it in with my finger. You can, I don't know. I don't think it's gross. My hands are clean. I wash them before I do my makeup. I feel like having dark, thick eyebrows like this, it makes me look and feel like I'm a freaking man, okay? And listen, I'm not trying to look like a man. I'm trying to look like a hot goddess girl, okay? I had to pick up my desk a little bit. It was literally a disaster, and that's one thing that bothers me is when my desk is a disaster. Okay, but moving on to eyeshadow. My eyes are primed. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership. Is this just Mothership? Mothership X Moonlit Seduction. Looks like this. Such a gorgeous palette. I really hope this video doesn't look too dark. Like I said, in the next videos from now on, I will be having like a ring light or some type of bright light. I just have a really dark room. So hopefully it's not too dark. And I already know how I'm going to do my eyeshadow. So I'm going to take this color right here, this one, and I'm just going to put that all in my crease. And then I'm just going to take this dark, like gray kind of color, this one right here. I'm just going to take this dark like gray color right here, and I'm just gonna be putting that on like the outer parts of my eyes, just like that. And I'm gonna go back with the other shade that I was using and blend it out a little better. And then I put on lashes and then go in with like my shimmer shade. So I'm gonna be using the Ardell Wispies. I'm gonna be using my favorite Duo Green lash glue. One thing I need in a lash glue is a brush. I cannot have those lash glues where you just squeeze it out. I hate those ones. It has to have like a brush applicator. And this one's nice because you literally, it doesn't even have to like dry. I can put this on when it's wet. I personally let it dry just for like 30 seconds because I just like doing that, but you don't need to. Sorry about that, my camera just decided to randomly turn off on me even though it's not dead. So that was annoying. So now that I have my lash on, I'm going to put my glitter on. I'm going to be using this purple second shade right there. Obviously, it's like a duochrome, so it goes like purple to like blue green. I absolutely love it. Just like that. I think this is so pretty. And then I think I'm just gonna take some of that purple color that I used for my crease, and I'm just gonna put it right in my waterline a little more. Perfect, just like that. And then when I have fallout, I just take the brush and I just wipe it off like that, and it typically wipes off. I am just gonna be putting some mascara on my lower lashes. This is the only mascara that I use for my lower level lashes. Lower level? What the fuck am I saying? For my lower lashes, this is the L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black. I think that's the shade. I love this. It's such a skinny wand, so it's really good for these lower part of my lashes. Just like that. And then I'm gonna come back when the other eye is finished. Okay, eyes are done. So the last part is the lips. So I'm going to be taking the Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Love Me. And then the lipstick, I'm going to use the shade Bubbly, and this is the Rem Beauty lipstick. No! I went to put my lipstick back and I accidentally scraped it, so now there's like a chunk of my lipstick on. That is so devastating. Why the fuck did I do that? Oh, that's so sad. I'm just gonna... It's okay. There's a chunk of my lipstick missing, but it's whatever. This is the final look. I think it turned out super good. My fragrance of the day is gonna be the Finery Not Another Cherry fragrance. I think this smells so good. I feel like cherry fragrances can either go two ways. Cough syrup or mysterious, fruity, sexy, and that's what this is, and I absolutely love it. So good. One thing I don't like about the Finery perfumes is I feel like they don't last that long, but they're only like 30 bucks, so they're really good. That is it for this video, so please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below of video ideas that you guys would like to see. But that's it for this video, so bye!